Welcome back to another Teaching Tumbler sub box. This month we are doing a plaid. So this is what you're going to receive in your Teaching Tumbler sub box. Now don't mind my box. I'm using a dent and ding, so my box is a little banged up, but yours should be fine. We're going to be doing a plaid on a 22-ounce fatty. You're going to receive 1-inch tape, Mod Podge, some brushes, and I know this is everybody's favorite part. This month, we partnered with Geisha Glimmer and my lovely friend, Miss Emily. She packaged these so nicely for you. You will get her little business card with her social medias on it, the cute little bag, and you're gonna get these 3 lovely glitters. You're gonna get Dante, which is a white, Diablo, which is a black, and then you're gonna get Ninja Garden, which is a silver. And so what we're gonna do is go ahead and get right into it. We're gonna tape off our tumbler, and then we are going to get started. Now, I am going to try and put together a little diagram for you guys so that you can remember how to take the tape off. That is my least favorite part ever. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. Alrighty, so I have it base painted already. There's a little bit of drips. I don't really care. I was in a hurry when I painted it, so it's not a big deal. I already have it on my turner arm because that's going to make it the easiest. What I'm going to do is go ahead and tape it off. So what you're going to want to do is section everything off, going one direction and then going the other, or going vertically and then horizontally, or whatever way you want to do it. I'm going to do vertically first. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this out of the way for you guys. So you'll get tape like this. This is 1-inch wide tape. It's just Scotch tape. It's nothing special. The color may be different. And what I'm going to do, here, I'll show you. So make yourself a little tail like such. And you're just going to put it down, just like this. Then I'm going to just fold down a little tag here as well. I'm going to have a small piece for both sides, and this is how I'm going to mark it so that I can make sure I get each one correct on top and bottom. Okay, same kind of thing. Make your little folds however you want. And put my tape down. Now I don't press it down until I have both edges lined up. Make your little tag. And then you lay it flat. And I'm going to put you in high speed for the rest of this. You do the same thing. Alrighty guys, a couple thoughts on how you're gonna wanna do these tape. As you watch me do it, some of the things you're gonna be looking for is making sure that as you space it out, you don't have an extra skinny portion at the very end of your rounds, for lack of a better way to say it. I really do enjoy using the spacers. You can also take those tiny pieces of tape and space out all the way around. But as you'll see here in a second, I just choose to move my pieces right at the end. It's a little bit quicker for me. I don't have to waste as much tape. And right here, you're gonna see that it is a bit narrow. You're gonna see me adjust the clip or adjust the tapes just a little bit. Makes it a little bit quicker, a little bit easier. I kind of just eyeball it. You're not really gonna be able to tell in the final product. So here you see me adjusting it. I'm just kind of checking it, making sure that there's nothing that's overly obvious too narrow. It works pretty well for me, but if you want to space them out separately, that's totally fine. We've finished all of the vertical lines now, and I'm gonna go back through and I'm gonna do the horizontal lines now. I pick one of the edges. I started at the bottom. You can do the bottom or the top. It really doesn't matter. What you are gonna see me do is actually space out and kind of count how many we are gonna need total. I wanna make sure that this is gonna be equal. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just kind of double checking it to make sure that we're not gonna be super over skinny on that very top edge, and then I'm adjusting my rounds all the way around. I'm putting a spacer on one half and then again on the other half. That just helps me keep those lines nice and straight as we go around. Starting at one of the top or the bottom, one of the edges, is gonna help you keep your edges straight. So for the rest of this, it's kind of self-explanatory, I think. So this part's actually pretty easy. Don't mind my notes down on the bottom of my paper. I need it to keep my mind straight. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use all of these empty spots. Now you have Mod Podge that's in your kit. I just put a little bit into a container, and I'm gonna use a foam brush. Now, you don't want a lot, like I have barely any. And I'm also going to kind of scrape it off on my brush, because you'll have plenty on there. And you want to get all the way. Okay. Nice and even. Here you go. Actually, I'm gonna pull this out because I want to save my notes. Okay, now I'm going to do all of this row at once. Again, you don't want too much. Okay. Here we go. If you have to do 2 coats of glitter, spray seal your glitter in between, which I'm probably going to. I always need 2 coats when I base painted it white because we have Dante. So yeah, okay. Mine's all the way up in there. We're pretty good. I'm gonna set this aside, make sure that my Mod Podge is out of the way, and then I'm just gonna sprinkle it on. All the way. Here we go. Part of me really wants to do a hollow plaid just for funsies. And I tap the snot out of it. So you can tell that this is a little bit uneven, which that's okay. I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna go ahead and come back through with a second coat after I spray seal. So now we're gonna make sure that all of our tape is down because I just realized we had a little bit of a... All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of these in high speed. So I did, for this cup, go ahead and do 2 layers of glitter on everything except Dante. You could have done a couple different things with this pattern. I'm not going to show all of the glittering because we'd be here for like 45 hours if I went ahead and showed it to you all in high speed. Pretty sure you guys kind of get the idea by now. What I am going to show you guys is all of the next layers. So each one you'll see here in the next couple of minutes, you'll see all of the first layer. Just know that I did put a second layer of both Diablo and Ninja Garden on this cup. So we're going to go ahead and keep going, but I wanted to go ahead and jump on and give you guys that little piece of information. Next step. So we are going to peel the first layer of tape. Well, technically it's a second layer that you put on, but it's the first layer we're going to take off. So we're going to peel these horizontal stripes. Also, how do you guys like my new filming station? It's like 2 days later. Look at that crisp line, you guys. All right. So we're just gonna peel this bad boy off. Don't worry if a little bit of tape or paint comes off with it. It's really not that big of a deal. You're gonna just cover it up anyway. Here we go. The closer you peel to the cup, the less likely you are to peel paint up. You're gonna put your mid color on in these spots. Sorry guys, I just realized that I filmed 90% of this out of frame. Now, one thing I have done when I have done plaids in the past, when I had colors I was really desperately trying to keep from touching, I have taped off, I know this sounds stupid, but I have taped off the other colors. So what I would do is I have gone in and just like put tape down over these colors, but I'm not overly worried about this one. So here we go. We've got it done. I'm gonna grab a soft bristle paintbrush. And we're still going with the Mod Podge. Not too much. You can also do Tack It. I'm partial to Tack It because I think you get a better coverage than Mod Podge, but we're gonna go ahead and go with this. Okay, and we're gonna do the same method. You're gonna go in all the empty spots. So I'm gonna put you guys in high speed since you know what you're doing by now. So before I get started, I am gonna tell you guys, I am gonna show you 3 separate ways to apply your Mod Podge. You don't have to use a foam brush. You can use, this next round is gonna be with makeup sponges. And the color that we're gonna be using is your mid color. This is Ninja Garden. Just gonna set this down so I don't lose it, because I still have to make sample names for these guys. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put you in high speed, and we're gonna go ahead and knock this bad boy out. I'm super loving the new microphone that I have, which might be why I am doing so many voiceovers, but it's also a really tedious video, so I'm trying not to make you guys watch all of it in just like regular speed. The one thing I will say about using the makeup sponges is it's not as crisp of a line. I do really like makeup sponges. They fit really well in these spots, but the edges aren't as firm as you will find with the foam brushes or even a paintbrush. You can use kind of whatever you want, but this is kind of... I don't know. It's my second favorite. I much prefer a paintbrush than actually to a foam brush or a makeup sponge. And that's only when I'm doing these mid boxes, for lack of a better term. The mid boxes are easier with a paintbrush. The first layer and the last layer are easiest with foam brushes. I'm not really sure why I think that. I just kind of do. So again, we're going to be using Ninja Garden on here, which is that mid-gray. I did not make any mixes for this. Some people, when they do buffalo plaid, will have a light and a dark, and then they'll mix their mid color with with whatever 2 colors they used. I didn't do that. I provided you with 3 separate colors, and I did do 2 layers of glitter for this guy. And I don't know why I was so far out of frame for this one. It was my first time filming on this setup, so I'm kind of sorry about that, you guys. But here you go. So yeah, that's all I got. So what you're gonna wanna do now is do all of the boxes that are touching the darkest color. So you don't want grays touching each other, and you don't want the Diablos touching each other. So you're gonna go in between. So we're just gonna stagger going up each eye or line, whatever you wanna call it, but we're gonna go right in between the two darkest ones. Like that. There you go. So now that I've done this first one, I'm gonna go ahead and put you in high speed. We're gonna do all in between the blacks. So I really didn't want to include all, like, I think it took me 30 minutes to paint in all of this Mod Podge. I just wanted to give you guys kind of a look at what it's supposed to look like. Otherwise, this video would be so long. I do have all the footage if you guys want me to make an extended video. I don't have a problem doing that. I think I watched like 7 episodes of Glee while I was making this cup. I had it on in the background. But really what you're looking for is those crisp lines. I use that soft bristle paintbrush. It's super easy to brush off your glitter on those other colors if you spray seal it between layers. So that's what I did. It also got, this gray got 2 coats of glitter just like the black did. And then with the white, I am going to go ahead and show you that all in normal speed. All right, the final step, we're going to be putting Dante, which is the white, on. And I'm choosing to use a paintbrush. You can use whatever you want. This is just so I get really good coverage and I can get those super crisp lines. I normally use a paintbrush for the last of mine. I accidentally, I don't know what happened, but I lost the footage for the butt. But I just painted it with the Mod Podge, and I glittered it the gray that matches the rest of it. So here we go. It looks like really good coverage, actually. Here we go. For this first one. I move my Mod Podge so I don't dump glitter in it one time accident. Really fast, I wanted to show you guys what I'm going to do with these. I'm going to paint these ones white. Now that I'm thinking about it, I may actually do all of these squares white to give those nice super duper duper crisp lines. I'm just using apple barrel, just plain white, just good old-fashioned white. I've seen people do this before. I've never actually done it before. Hey. Okay, let's see how it looks. That actually looks really good. I'm actually going to ditch the Mod Podge for the rest of the white and just paint with white acrylic paint to make sure we pick up all of those crisp edges and get a nice crisp line. Back to high speed. Okay, so this video is getting really, really long, really fast. But what I wanted to draw attention to is using this paint over Mod Podge. It keeps you from having to do more than one coat. The white, I only did one coat of glitter on. The paint actually helps cover up all those dark like flecks that you might have. And it enables you to make those super duper like clean lines that you really like on plaid. The other thing is it kind of just covers up any of those paint issues that you might have, peeling up the tape or whatever. It works really well. And then all you have to do is brush it off. And again, that spray seal will save your life, being able to just brush off. I spray sealed mine 3 times. I waited 30 minutes between each coat, spray sealed, and then just kept rolling with it. So that's the last part of the plaid. Alright guys, so the last thing I'm going to do on this plaid tumbler is I have these washi tapes that I got from, I don't remember where I got them now. But I'm going to add them to this tumbler. I've got some really pretty pinks and whites that we're going to add. So, and then I'm going to spray seal it, maybe if I can find the start of the washi tape. Here we go. I probably need to find my scissors too. Okay. I'm going to come back through with my X-Acto knife and cut them all. And I'm just adding them kind of haphazardly. They're not even, nothing like that. I mean, they're even up and down, but they're not even in the spacings because I kind of didn't want that. Here we go. Just gonna add some pizzazz and dimension and just some, I don't know, overall funness, I guess, on this bad boy. And that's getting its last coat, and it's gonna be done.